All right, y'all. So, been a while since I've been working on the truck. Uh, I've been doing little tiny things here and there, but it's been freaking Arctic weather here in Galveston, Texas. Been all the way down to 40, 35 sometimes. It's been horrible. So I haven't gotten outside to work on the truck much, but I have been driving it around. I got the taillights installed. You can see on both sides I have the brake and taillight there, and the blinker on the side. This is supposed to be a 3-in-1 light here, brake, blinker, and tail light. But when you hit the brakes, it cuts the blinkers out. So I installed the little blinker on the side there. Got the seats put back in, and this bezel I got off of eBay. The old one was cracked right here, so I got that in. The stereo's in. Only one speaker's working, but I'm going to fix that here today. One thing, it's leaking radiator fluid. I've only driven it about 20 miles, and it was full. And I filled it up yesterday and haven't even put 10 miles on it. It's a little bit low. There's no reason it should ever be low. I'm not sure if it's the cap or what, but what I'm doing today is I'm going to clean this engine up, because I wouldn't be surprised if it's leaking motor oil as well. So I'm going to clean everything up. I got it up on my drive up ramps here. Take the skid plate off, uncover everything. I got the gel that's going to blast all the oil and shit off of there. Make sure everything's nice and clean, and then it'll help me find where the leaks are coming from. So that's on the agenda today. I'm going to get started on that. Okay, folks, so I got the skid plate off. It's real easy, just 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, it's covered with all kinds of shit, and it's fresh. So gotta find where this leak is. And as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see it, but there's water and oil. So like I suspected, it's time to chase down a leak. Plenty of space in here for me to work around and brush shit and find where everything's at, though. So it's gonna be good. Get back to you. Hey guys, so I've got the engine compartment cleaned out pretty well. It's not perfect, but it's a huge improvement, and it'll definitely serve the purpose that I'm looking for here, to find out where these leaks are. I got most of the oil removed. I mean, a huge amount of oil removed from the engine. Let's look under the undercarriage here. If you remember how it looked before, this is a major difference. Took me 3 coats of the heavy duty gel and a lot of hand brushing all over the place. Or not 3 coats, but 3 applications, I guess you would say. And then I came back with a dirt removal and got dirt out of the rest of the engine compartment. So it looks much better. Now I have these cardboard pieces here. I'm going to start the engine up. I have the oil and water filled up. So I'm going to run the engine, and these pieces of cardboard should help me figure out what side of the truck at least the drips are coming from. And we'll see what happens and go on from there. Okay, as you can see, there's a lot of water on the front of this cardboard here. I can see it dripping all over the place. All right, I mean, there's just drips everywhere. You can see them. But what I think is happening is there's a leak right coming from this cap. I can see it dripping all along the top of here. It's not a substantial leak, but that could very well be. But before I do that, I can see that a little bit dripping from this the hood for this fan. So I'm going to take that hood off and see if I can see it dripping down the front of the radiator or where that's coming from. fan's probably, it's dripping into the fan somewhere and it's spreading it all over the engine. That's going to be my guess as to what's happening, why it's all over the place. So I'm going to test that theory. Hey YouTube, so we're back at the truck. Last time I was with you, we were checking out to see if I had any leaks. Cleaned up the engine, it's completely clean. Ran it for about a week, and I just checked my oil levels and water levels, and everything is spot on. So no worries there, and the engine's nice and clean now. So that's that for now. Next couple steps, I need to get this interior done. Get some new door panels. I got the stereo installed. I only have one speaker working, so I'm going to buy all new speakers. I got my ammo box here. I like this. I have these really powerful magnets on the bottom of it, so it just snaps right in there. I'm going to get those magnets glued to the floorboard so they don't come up when you pull the box out. One problem is the horn, and I'm actually going to work on that today. Get my tester out, see if I can figure out why the horn isn't working. May just be a fuse, but I think I've put my eyeball on every fuse in this truck. So I'm going to get to work on that, and I'll get right back to you. There's the horn right there. So we'll see what the dealio is. All right, here we go with the horn. What I've figured out is, well, this piece goes on here like that, of course, and these buttons make contact with these little plates right here. Now, what those buttons interrupt is the ground. There's a little ring. You can see the plunger here. There, focused a little bit. You can see the plunger here, and there's this ring that goes all the way around the steering wheel, and those buttons connect to this lead right here. So that keeps a continuous connection to the ground, which is interrupted by the buttons up front while the wheel is spinning, or while your steering wheel is turning, no matter what position it's in. This plunger is supposed to make contact with this disc. Well, there is a very slight gap, which I have closed a little tiny bit, but not enough to make contact. I've tried beating the steering wheel on. I've tried tightening down this nut with, it's just barely closed the gap. So what I'm going to do next is there are 3 screws that hold this disc on, or this ring that goes around. What I'm going to do is work. I've tried pulling the steering wheel off too, and I just can't get it. So I'm sure there's a puller designed for it. So what I'm going to do is reach this in to loosen those screws up. Take 3 of these and create a little shim between the steering wheel and that ring, so it'll push it out. I mean, I only need you can't even see the gap anymore since I've tightened down that steering wheel. So it's just a little tiny bit of space that I need. I think that'll do the trick, and I'll let you know how it goes. All right, so success. No problem. I mean, it was a little tedious. Yeah, as you can see, you may be able to see that there's a slight gap in there right now, and the little metal piece that I stuck in there to gap it out, or to shim it up. I broke the little red crimp ends off of there. Had to use some duct tape to keep that bit in there for the little combination. It was a pain in the ass, but success. I can now get it inspected. So I mean, if I wanted to leave it looking how it is, it's running great, no leaks. It's all legal except for, actually getting the paperwork done, but it's legal to drive. Gonna pass inspection. Gonna have cheap insurance. I'm at about, with the cost of buying the truck, $1,500 total I put in here, and those tires are worth about $600. So I think I've come a long way. It's been a month and a half, First project truck is up and running and ready to be on the road legally. All right, YouTube. We'll see where I go from here.